tell us what you think about Kevin turning play calling over to Tommy, and how do you think that might change things up a little bit?
Yeah, I think it hasn't really changed much in terms of day to day. Just going about our business that way, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for the guys, and want to get this thing going in the right direction.
And do you think that did that show you guys that Kevin is willing to do whatever it takes, even if he had to give up a chore like that, to get you guys rolling?
Yeah, I guess you could say so. I think Coach Stefanski really wants to win, and like you said, he'll do whatever it takes to do that.
Dillon, what you know about Tommy these past couple months, like what does he bring as an offensive mind that you think will be a good spark for this offense?
I think he's eager, he's hungry. He's got a lot of knowledge. I've been a fan even from back in college and seeing what he's been able to do. But I think he just utilizes players at a high level. And but I think with everyone, it's all coming together. It's never one person. Definitely there could be times of inspiration and help in that way, but it's all of us coming together to help each other out. And Coach is a good leader for that.
Dillon, when a receiver is having a season where he drops an inordinate number of balls, like Jerry Judy has, how does that? Do you hesitate to throw to a receiver who's in kind of a slump like that?
No, you continue to go right back at it. We believe in Jerry, believe in all our guys, and we'll continue to attack that. Plays within a game, they happen. You know what I mean? And you got to continue to work through them, but have ultimate belief in Jerry and all our guys.
Dillon, coming off the bye, do you look at it as a fresh start for the offense, you all the way around?
I think mentality-wise, you kind of come off a bye week trying to improve and look at where you could have been better, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and kind of look at both sides of those. But definitely got to improve, and whether it's a fresh start or just a new week, just keeping it 1 week at a time. That's the mentality, and that's all you got.
Prior to the New England game, Tommy Rees said, we got to make Dillon more comfortable throwing the ball downfield. And then you threw only 8 passes to receivers in New England. So the question is, are you uncomfortable throwing downfield?
No, I think there's just a mixture of things that have to come together to make that happen. That's myself included. But, like we've talked about before, explosives, they got to happen. There's certain categories within a game that you have to win, and explosives and, being really good on first and second downs so that you're in some third and manageables and moving the chains, sustaining drives. So that'll all contribute to that, but no uncomfortability. Like that's something that, we work on and want to continue to emphasize.
So maybe that's what he was talking about, being comfortable with better first and second down.
Yeah, and just emphasizing that and trying to make those happen by just being fundamentally sound.
Coming off the bye, what was your kind of looking back at the tape and stuff? What was the self-evaluation you came to over the past?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to take in, but good things and things that you can learn from. But there's got to be a change within the process to create a better outcome. And I don't want to stand up here and say the same thing, but it's truth. There's got to be better fundamentals, and I think that's everyone coming together to make that happen. But you look at third downs, you look at those categories, and where you can just sustain drives and help yourself, and then after turnovers, trying to convert those into points.
Do you feel like the fact that Tommy was recently in the college ranks, you're so young, and you're so young, do you feel like he can kind of relate to rookie quarterbacks a lot, and he's also the quarterback himself? I mean, do you think that he sort of has that vibe about him to know what some of the concepts are that you'll feel comfortable with?
Yeah, I think it's a mix. It's constant conversation. I think everyone in the QB room's got a good head on their shoulders and knowledge of what it takes to go do it. And I think not only Tommy but everyone in that room definitely helps out his understanding of that.
What has to happen now? You had the bye, you had a chance to maybe take a little bit of a deep breath, step back. What has to happen though to get this offense rolling now?
Yeah, progress, growth, creating chunk plays, but then also just being efficient, and taking the layups and doing that at a high level. So I think when you do that, fundamentally, you'll get, opportunities, go do what you want to do and have positive yards. But, you got to make the layups, and that's what we got to do.
Dillon, obviously just the 2 targets for Jerry in the Patriots game. Kevin's kind of even expressed that he knows you
guys got to get him going and get him more than that. Just how much of a priority have you guys made that this week in terms of making sure he's part of the game plan and including him in that?
Yeah, try to continue to emphasize that. That's something we want to do. Jerry's really good. Want to get the ball into players' hands that are really good and let them go do their thing. So just want to emphasize that. And we did it throughout the year, but want to put a point of emphasis for sure.
Do you feel like maybe the Jets are a little bit shaken or reeling by their two best defensive players having gotten traded away yesterday? What do you think you're heading into?
No, I think they're still a great team. They got a bunch of great players. That's why you're in this league, and they've played really well.
What do you think getting sent back this week will do for that receiving core and the offense in general?
Yeah, the more the merrier. But also just said, I think he's a good threat in multiple ways of our offense. I think in the run and the pass, and I think with anything, Sed's a big part of what we do as well. So having him back will be huge.
Do you feel like having Tommy up in the booth or on the sidelines, I'm not sure where he's going to be yet, but does it matter to you either way? Would you rather have him close by to communicate like that, or?
I think there's great conversation either way, but it's kind of preference of coach, and he'll do what he's got to do.
When there's a change like
A couple
that
more.
gets made in the middle of the season, is it fair to expect that there will be significant improvement? Like Kevin gives that up and turns it over to Tom. Is it fair to expect that the offense maybe can take off a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's probably motives behind change, but for the most part, I think, like I said, it's not just one person; it's all of us coming together, and there's a lot of areas that we can all be better, including myself, and want to make that happen. So definitely good that we got coach doing that.
Dillon, in your first 4 starts, was most of the communication that you're having on the sideline in between possessions, was that with Coach Musgrave, or do you communicate with Tommy at all during the game?
We do. We'll do it on the phone, communicate with Coach Muss and Coach Stefanski, and then throughout that sideline with all positions as well.
How do you personally handle a game like that Patriots one before the bye, where the offense struggles and you personally throw your first 2 interceptions? How do you process that?
Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of the growth. It's something that you're going to look back on and appreciate, but in the moment, you want to play at a certain level, and you try to expedite the process of natural progression, but also there's things that you got to go through to learn and get better from. So things like that will make myself and everyone better, and that's what we look forward to. So
Despite this offensive struggles, veterans like Joel and Wyatt have adamantly been behind you.
Yep.
What have you done personally to kind of make that happen in terms of getting them to follow you despite everything not looking good right now?
Yeah, I think it's the process, it's the work, being prepared. I think that goes to show for vets. That's something I appreciated, even being a vet in college and with young guys coming in prepared and ready to work. So little things like that, but it's also just being yourself and knowing who you are and being confident in that. So that's all I can be, is be myself, create true relationships, and we all have a common goal to go win games. Like that doesn't get twisted or be a certain type of offense, but yeah, there's got to be growth and